School run. There they go, off to see the wider world. So young, so full of energy. Little bastards. Oh, come on. I know you're thinking the same thing. You were young ones, full of spirit and dreams and endless energy. Then adulthood comes along and whoosh, life hits you like a pent-up elephant looking for a punching bag. I mean, I don't have to tell you about the aches. And I don't mean physical ones either, those come later. No, I'm talking about longing, that need to revisit the past and live there if you can. You know, it's this pang in your chest that just kind of sticks, and it comes way earlier than you'd think. Oh Christ, I had my rose-tinted glasses by the time I was 12. Didn't expect to be having an existential crisis by then. And I'm supposed to be wondering why the sky is blue, not why I'm feeling nostalgic for last year's Easter celebration. I'm a kid. These thoughts should be foreign to me. We were kids that grew up creating our own stories, our own wonder. That's what happens when the most interesting thing about our town was the ratio of pigeons to people. But we could see things that the grown-ups couldn't. Every corner had a secret to keep, a hidden agenda. And we would spin stories from the most mundane places. Like, the local chippy. Des's Golden Cuisine. Mwah! What a fine establishment. One day, there was a group of us messing around by his back door, which was always shut. Now that kind of detail doesn't get past kids. We imagined all sorts. One week, it was the entrance to a hidden network of tunnels. The next, it was a hideout for the mafia. I didn't even know what the mafia was. But one kid said it, so it stuck. But this time, for whatever innocent, unassuming reason, he left the door open. He took a look inside and saw a bathtub in the kitchen. Des came over, scared us off before we could investigate, but our imaginations were already sparked. He's frying the chips in the bath. No, he takes baths with the chips, then serves them. No, it's much worse. He kills people. He chops them up in the bath, turns them into sausages, then serves them to people. On and on it would go. Each of us egged on to create more elaborate stories. I think that place shut down soon after. But that was our only chance at fun. The town was so starved of interesting things to do, we had to find them in the most mundane of places. There was a place that was different though. A place that captured everything it meant to be a little kid. One of the kids knew about this old woman. She was like a hermit or something. Well, I think she was part of a big family that owned a lot of old antique mansions. You know, the kind with grounds, right? The ground always seemed the same to us. Well, it ended up all the same anyway. She dies or something, and one way or another, the house ends up abandoned and in ruins. Obviously, we were of it at first. The vines and cracked stone made the house look like a huge angry face with black windows for hollow eyes. Needless to say, stories spread fast, and that old woman went from being chased out by a ghost to being killed by a ghost to being the ghost. But it didn't matter. The specifics weren't the point. We were drawn in by the smell of a new world, far removed from this little town we'd all grown tired of. It was inevitable, I guess, that one of the kids found the guts to venture inside. A taste for adventure will make you do anything. And after that first kid, we all wanted a bite. I can still remember it. My first day. It was like, how do I put it? I felt as if I'd been trapped inside a painting my whole life and was only now free to leave the canvas. This was a whole new dimension. Obviously it was out of bounds. Our parents only saw a death trap. A dirty, dangerous place, best left forgotten. But you know what they say about forbidden fruit. To my eyes, it was a house of endless worlds, with doorways that led to the past or the future, anywhere else. The limit was only my own imagination, egged on by this weird place. Vines gripping the outer walls became ladders to hidden treasure, creaking floorboards, the wailing lament of a ghostly bride. We swore we saw the shadows move, dared each other to search the basement. No one ever did. They were worlds that brimmed with wonder, with possibilities, with more opportunities than we could ever hope for at home. It was a strange, dirty place, but it was ours. Ours to hide in and escape, to make rumours about and make friends in. We weren't stupid, we didn't believe in magic, but I don't know, it existed there if nowhere else. Escapism at its purest, where wide-eyed childhood wonder went wild, completely liberated. That was us. We were free. It didn't last. These things never do. The council thought that the old biddy's castle was a hazard to the community. I guess we didn't help things by coming home with grazed knees and bloody noses. The site was marked for demolition. Fences started popping up all over the place. We were told to stay away, to find magic someplace else. Kids protested at first, but you know that didn't last. We were kids, after all. It stayed that way for a few years. Contractors came and went. No one could decide what to do with the place. Something about the ground meant that they couldn't build apartments there. Too unstable. The car park idea was thrown around for a while, but well, there's not really anywhere to go once you're there. Time. Well, it does what it does to all things. Hollowed out the plans and eroded the ideas. People stopped caring about some old house, were content to let it grow old in peace. I didn't understand at the time why it had to be taken away from us, but looking back, I can see how something so powerful can only be a part of your life for a short time. The longing to return, it felt like pain, but it gives the place its power. Obviously, we were never able to go back. Too busy growing up. Haven't seen the place in years. Left home quite young. I keep in touch when I can. Recently, I have been stuck inside more than usual. Everything slowed down. Almost like slow motion. I haven't had this much time to think since before. When it's quiet, I find myself drifting off to those imagined places that I thought were lost. They're not as alive as they once were, but they are still there, still standing, hidden away in the back of my mind, covered in vines and cracked on all sides. Ugly and beautiful. The stuff of nightmares, stuff of dreams. Maybe they'll always be there. Just because you can't see something doesn't mean they aren't there. Close your eyes and you'll see. It's starting to rain.